So yeah, I know you used to train at TriStar. We talked a little bit about that. So that means you used to train with GSP.
Yeah, well, I actually had three big camps. I trained with George, I trained with Anthony Pettis, and I trained with Ben Henderson.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I just wanted to, because there with the Khabib retirement, there's been a lot of speculation. He's 29-0. A lot of people say he's the greatest of all time. A lot of people talk about GSP being the greatest of all time. That's who I think is. John Jones in the mix, Anderson Silva, another guy who recently retired. So I figured firsthand, a guy who, who's been around you, GSP, you were at the same camp. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean George is a phenomenal athlete, 100%. He's a phenomenal athlete. But see, this is my thing, right? And I'm also included in this, right? I'm also included in this. If I don't know if do you hear me good?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, okay, perfect. See, for me, my opinion, like let's forget about mixed martial arts because it's only been around for 25 years, like in the big leagues. You know what I mean? Let's go to boxing. Look at the old generation boxers like Jack Dempsey, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta. Those guys had like over 200 fights. They had some losses. Like look at Muay. If you follow Muay Thai, look at the Decker, Damien, what's his name? The Diamond, the Decker, that Holland guy had over 200 fights. Like, in my opinion, it's not only about the record. Of course, every fighter wants to be undefeated, but it's also about how many times you fight. So I believe like guys who have losses but are always active, always fighting. You know what I mean? Those guys, they should be the pound for pound. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Like Khabib, I feel like his career was very methodical. You know what I mean? If you look, he doesn't fight a lot. You know what I mean? And I don't even fight a lot. I wish I could fight more often. It's because the weight cutting and finding a team was always hard for me. You know what I mean? It was always like I gotta go into a camp. I gotta find a trainer. I gotta find the pro. You know what I mean? There's a lot of variables. But if you have everything already in place, and then you just kind of build momentum and fight as much as you can. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
in my opinion, like Anderson Silva should be one of the best fighters. You know what I mean? This guy's 45 years old. He's fighting. That's amazing. Like it's crazy. He fought in Pride. He has Valetuda fights. Like he has. You know what I'm trying to say? Like this guy's been fighting for a long time. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So you look
like
at
you're saying, he fought in multiple eras. He's beat a lot of the top guys. Like in my opinion, Anderson Silva probably had one of the greatest peaks you'll ever see in mixed martial arts. Right in his prime, he was unstoppable. GSP's kind of beat those guys throughout multiple eras. Khabib,
Yeah, but George only fought in UFC in one organization.
that's true.
See, like he didn't fight in bigger organizations. Like if you go to Japan, go to other organizations. Look, a lot of fighters that come from Europe come to the US. They don't do good, right? There's a lot of variables, and George only fought two times a year, and his opponents weren't really like the top. Like right now, I would love for George just to be fighting guys like more like he fought Michael Bisping. In my opinion, he's a bum. He's a bum, Michael Bisping. In my opinion, he's a bum. You know what I mean? The guy can't even see from one eye. You know what I mean? So it's all relative. Who are you fighting, really? You know what I mean? Like who are you fighting? That's my
Right.
opinion. And Khabib, yeah, he's a phenomenal fighter. When talking about Khabib, this guy's a freak of nature. But then he wants to fight George, but at 155 pounds. How does that make any sense?
Right.
The guy walks at 200 pounds. You want him to cut to 155? He's gonna be
At
like
39.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.